Assalamualaikum everyone, welcome back. Today we will discuss FIA Act 1974 Part 2. This lecture includes Schedule of Offences, Jurisdiction and Scope. Let's start. How many schedules are attached to the FIA Act 1974? 2 schedules, 1 schedule, 4 schedules, 3 schedules, 1 schedule. The FIA Act has a single schedule titled Schedule of FIA Act 1974, listing of all offences the agency may investigate. As currently notified, how many entries categories does the schedule of the FIA Act contain? 24 entries, 30 entries, 36 entries, 40 entries, 36 entries. The schedule currently lists 36 numbered entries, each naming a law whose offence fall under FIA's jurisdiction. Entry 1 of the schedule covers offences under which code and how many total sections are listed under it. CRPC 1898, 90 sections, Pakistan Penal Code 1860, 117 sections, Kanun-e-Shahadat 1984, 60 sections, Police Act 1861, 45 sections, Pakistan Penal Code 1860, 117 sections. Entry first lists 117 sections of the Pakistan Penal Code covering offences like sedition, corruption, forgery, cheating, and counterfeiting currency. Under Entry 21 of the schedule, offences under the Anti-Terrorism Act 119 fall within FIA's jurisdiction only when, in all terrorism cases nationwide, cases with inter-provincial scope or entrusted to the agency by the federal government, only cases involving foreigners, only cases in Islamabad Capital Territory, cases with inter-provincial scope or entrusted to the agency by the federal government. Entry 21 limits FIA's ATA jurisdiction to cases that have interprovincial scope or are specifically entrusted to the agency by the federal government. Entry 32 of the schedule covering cybercrime offences currently refers to which law? Electronic Transactions Ordinance 2002, Prevention of Electric Crime Act PECA 2016, Pakistan Electric Telecommunication Act 1996, Copyright Ordinance 1962, Prevention of Electronic Crime Act 2016. Entry 32 covers offences under the Prevention of Electronic Crimes Act 2016. Cybercrime Wing Core Mandate. Entry 27 of the schedule, the predecessor of law to PICA refers to which instrument? Electronic Transactions Ordinance 2002, Prevention of Electronic Crimes Ordinance 2007, Anti-Money Laundering Ordinance 2007, Copyright Ordinance 1962. Prevention of Electronic Crime Ordinance 2007. Entry 27 covers the Prevention of Electronic Crimes Ordinance 2007, Pakistan's first dictated crime law, added YSRO 206-1208. Entry 31 of the schedule covers offences under which law dealing with money laundering. Banking Companies Ordinance 1962, Anti-Money Laundering Act 2010, Foreign Exchange Regulations Act 1947, Banks Act 1974, Anti-Money Laundering Act 2010. Entry 31 covers the Anti-Money Laundering Act 2010. Entry 22 of the schedule, added in 2002, deals with offences under which law? National Database and Registration Authority Ordinance 2002, Prevention and Control of Human Trafficking Ordinance 2002, Prevention of Anti-National Activities Act 1974, Exit of from Pakistan Ordinance 1981, Prevention and Control of Human Trafficking Ordinance 2002. Entry 22 covers the Prevention and Control of Human Trafficking Ordinance 2002. Entries 34 and 35 of the schedule both added in 2018, cover offences under which two laws, Passport Act 1974 and Immigration Ordinance 1979, Prevention of Smuggling of Migrants Act 2018 and Prevention of Trafficking in Persons Act 2018, Foreigners Act 1946 and Anti-Terrorism Act 1997, Drugs Act 1976 and Electricity Act 1910. Prevention of Smuggling of Migrants Act 2018 and Prevention of Trafficking in Persons Act 2018. Entry 34 covers the Prevention of Smuggling of Migrants Act 2018 and 35 covers the Prevention of Trafficking in Persons Act 2018. Entry 24 of the schedule covers offences under which law tied to national identity records. National Registration Act 1973, National Database and Registration Authority Ordinance 2002, Pakistan Telecommunication Act 1996, Foreigners Act 1946, National Database and Registration Authority Ordinance 2002. Entry 24 covers the National Database and Registration Authority Ordinance 2002. Which entry of schedule has to the status omitted in the current official text? Entry 13 National Registration Act 1973. Entry 21 Anti-Terrorism Act 1979. Entry 29 Electricity Act 1910. Entry 8 Banking Companies Ordinance 1962. Entry 13 National Registration Act 1973. Entry 13 covering the National Registration Act 1973 is marked omitted in schedule as published on the FIA's official site. Entry 23 of the schedule covers offences under which telecom related law, Pakistan Telecommunication Act 1996, Electronic Transactions Ordinance 2002, Prevention of Electronic Crime Act 2016, Copyright Ordinance 1962. Pakistan Telecommunication Act 1996. Entry 23 covers the Pakistan Telecommunication Act 1996. Entry 26 of the schedule covers offences under which intellectual property law, Trademarks Ordinance 2001, Copyright Ordinance 1962, Patent Ordinance 2000, Registered Designs Ordinance 2000. Copyright Ordinance 1962. Entry 26 covers Copyright Ordinance 1962. Entry 10 of the schedule covers offences under which section of the Customs Act 1969, Section 32, Section 156, Section 178, Section 202, Section 156. Entry 10 covers offences punishable under Section 156 of the Customs Act 1969. Entry 33 of the schedule added in 2010 deals with offences related to which subject? Transplantation of human organs and tissues, drugs and pharmaceuticals, banking fraud, exclusive substances. Transplantation of human organs and tissues. Entry 33 covers the Transplantation of Human Organs and Tissues Act 2010. Entry 29 of the schedule covers offences under which older law related to money power supply. Pakistan Arms Ordinance 1965, Electricity Act 1910, Exclusive Substances Act 1908, Banking Companies Ordinance 1962. Electricity Act 1910. Entry 29 covers the Electricity Act 1910. Entry 14 of the schedule covers offences under which law dealing with treason. High Treason Act 1973, Prevention of Anti-National Activities Act 1974, Official Secret Act 1923, Anti-Terrorism Act 1997, High Treason Act 1973. Entry 14 covers the High Treason Act 1973. Entry 17 of the schedule covers offences under which travel document. law. Foreigners Act 1946, Passport Act 1974, Immigration Ordinance 1979, Exit from Pakistan Control Ordinance 1981. Passport Act 1974. Entry 17 covers the Passport Act 1974 offences relating to fraudulent or unlawful use of Pakistani passport. Entry 18 of the schedule covers offences under which law? Drugs Act 1976, Prevention of Corruption Act 1947, Foreign Assets Regulations 1972, Banks Act 1974. Drugs Act 1976. Entry 18 covers the Drugs Act 1976 dealing with offences related to the manufacture and sale of drugs, pharmaceuticals. 19 of the schedule covers offences under which law? On overseas employment, Immigration Ordinance 1979, Foreigners Act 1946, Exit from Pakistan Ordinance 1981, National Registration Act 1973, Immigration Ordinance 1979, Entry 19 covers the Immigration Ordinance 1979, targeting illegal recruitment agents and unlawful overseas employment practices. Entry 20 of Schedule covers offences under which law restricting travel abroad. Exit from Pakistan Ordinance 1981, Passport Act 1979, Foreigners Act 1946, Anti-Terrorism Act 1979. Exit from Pakistan Ordinance 1981. Entry 20 covers the Exit from Pakistan Ordinance 1981. Entry 3 of the schedule covers offences under which law? On state secrets, Official Secret Act 1923, High Treason Act 1973, Foreigners Act 1946, Explosive Substances Act 1908, Official Secret Act 1923. Entry 3 covers the Official Secret Act 1923 on the earliest law added to the schedule. Entry 6 of the schedule covers offences under which law? On foreign currency regulation, Foreign Exchange Regulation Act 1947, Foreign Repatriation Regulations 1972, Foreign Assets Regulation 1972, Banking Companies Ordinance 1962, Foreign Exchange Regulations Act 1974. Entry 6 covers the Foreign Exchange Regulations Act 1947 on FIA's oldest economic crime jurisdiction. Entry 36, the most recently added entry in the schedule, covers offences under which ordinance? Public Properties Ordinance 2021, Prevention of Smuggling of Migrants Act 2018, Protection of Pakistan Act 2014, Anti-Money Laundering Act 2010. Public Properties Ordinance 2021. Entry 36 covers the Public Properties Ordinance 2021. Entry 8 of the schedule covers offences under which banking sector law? Banking Companies Ordinance 1962, Banks Act 1974, Prevention of Corruption Act 1947, State Bank of Pakistan Act 1956. Banking Companies Ordinance 1962. Entry covers the Banking Companies Ordinance 1962. This was part 2. The next lecture will be continued from part 3. Thank you for watching and Allah Hafiz.